Hello, sorry. Hello, everyone on Rovers Chat. Hope we're all doing okay today. Obviously, there's usually a sort of a countdown, isn't there? Usually, or sort of a graph that video all over the place. Sorry, I need to just have a look on. Okay, I can see myself in it. Absolutely fine. How are we all doing today? Obviously, I didn't expect to get to this stage in the fifth round. My God, on the we're nearly in February right now, and we are still in the cup. Let me know in the comments below. Who would you like in the next round of the FA Cup? Obviously, I've got the one show right there. I'm not sure if you can see it. You get a little. Oh God! Don't give away. Nah, it's fine. Anyway, I've got a couple of comments here from Ryan. First off, just gives my United at Old Trafford, and we will have the money to bring some more knees in. Very, very true. This also said it's a miracle we are keep competing in the league, considering how poor we are. We cannot even afford the wages to bring loans in. Yeah, I mean, obviously we know that um, the money's it's very constrained right now. Obviously, FFP, which is a bone of contention, isn't it? Because of how much Chelsea are paying and the logistics over that. I'm not too sure, but it seems very, very bogus. Well, I think we've got about 5-10 minutes till the draw. I'm not too sure when it will be. I hope I don't have to watch the one show all this time. Daniel Heck says, forget fullbacks. We need defensive midfielder and a striker. I think he might be right on that one, Daniel. Um, we definitely need a centre midfielder. We are short in that regard. It feels like John Dahl doesn't really like Travis at the minute, and the consistency of putting in Morton when, granted, he didn't have a great game last. We are very lacking in that midfield, and everyone can see it. Everyone can see there's an issue with there. We are very, very lackluster in that midfield, especially with the two. When there's the two youngsters in there, look very, very weak, don't we? And a striker, obviously, Van Hecker's gone. The camera's gone off. Has the camera gone off? 1 second. I've just got a thing saying the camera's off. Let me have a check on the stream. I think it's fine. Can you still hear me though? 1 second. No, the camera's still here. I can see myself. Is that you're throwing me off? Okay, it's fine. United or City at Ewood. Would you like a away game or a home game? Because I think maybe financial reasons, I think we would prefer a home game. But to go to Tottenham away, I'll bring it up here. In fact, let's get it up here. I've got a little graphic. In fact, I've got an overlay as well, which I forgot to put on. Whee! Let me take the comment off. Sorry, guys. Okay. It's all over the place. It's a little bit because we didn't expect to be in this fifth round, did we? So it's very, very late in the day. 20 people watching right now. Obviously, this is the draw: Tottenham, Southampton, Wrexham, or Sheffield United, who, quite frankly, shouldn't have got through the last round. Watching it the other day, Ipswich or Burnley, still in it somehow. Man United, Luton or Grimsby, Derby or West Ham, pretty naff, aren't they? Stoke, oh my, that might be the weakest one we want. That might be the worst one we want because a third Championship side just won't get the revenue, will it? Obviously, us and Birmingham, and quite frankly, to be honest with you, it might be all a foregone conclusion because of what's going to happen tomorrow night. But be sure to make sure to subscribe and comment and all that below. On this channel because there will be a preview coming out soon on the Birmingham one with a couple of people from this channel, Jack, Mike, or Scott, or Dan. The usuals essentially recently. Man City, obviously, Leicester, Sheffield United, or Fleetwood, Bristol City, Brighton, who played amazing against Liverpool. Credit to them. Fulham or Sunderland, and Leeds United. Okay, so it's insane how little teams there are left. I can't remember last time we got to the fifth round. I think it was under Owen Coyle. It's hard to say that, guys. I said the two curse words in this. What are people saying? I'm sorry if it's bugging. By the way, I believe it might be. I'd rather develop Jack Vale or one of our own. Vale's look pretty. naive, I'd say the word is, in recent times. But there's something there. You can tell there's something there, whether it's maybe the system that isn't suiting him or the formation. We know there's something there. He's got a couple of goals, hasn't he? In the cup, especially. But Daniel Heck says to develop Vale, we need to send him out on loan. We'll probably be loaned out in the summer. Yeah, you're probably about right. I think his loan at Halifax probably did him the world of wonders. He has had a timeout through injury, which hasn't helped. In fact, and when he started this season, he's looked okay. When at QPR, we forget that fixture, the first game of the season, he looked okay. So he's probably a League One or maybe like a Danny Butterworth sort of loan in where you can just drop him down a league, or Hayden Carter. I'm out of breath. I don't know why. Ethan James says Spurs away would be ideal just to tick off a stadium. I think stick a stadium off. In fact, that's exactly my thought as well. I think there's only the Tottenham Stadium that we've not played at out of them all. I think it perfectly. I want to see the actual stadium itself, to be fair, because we went to the West Ham Stadium this season and we've not been there, and obviously we won there, so we could probably beat anyone really, but we could also lose to anyone. That sums up the season, doesn't it? Let me just using this D-pad instead of a mouse is horrendous, so I do apologize. Ryan Edwards again says, remember Diaz in his early days, he needs the game time. Yeah, exactly. And I thought about that about George Hurst this season. I think that he was maybe not as good as Diaz or Ben Brereton at the time was in his early days, but he had that something about him. Whether or not obviously he was only on loan, wasn't he? So we couldn't get that out of him. It's probably the right move on behalf of everyone. And I did a video about him, which was about 5 minutes long, and I don't even know how I got that long because there wasn't even a discussion about whether he should go back or not. It was pretty concrete, wasn't it? Adam Davies says, hi, I hope Rovers keep winning games and can get a cup run. I mean, a cup run, this is the longest we've had in 6 or 7 years as we speak anyway. So 2 wins or 1 win is more than what we've had recently. So does that count as a run? We had the one in the EFL Cup as well. So like I said, the Birmingham first, this might all be for nothing essentially. And as I look on the one show, I'm not too sure when the actual tie is, but I'm just watching Alex Jones and Jermaine Genius talk to Ashton Kutcher and Reese Witherspoon. So if you want to have Reese Witherspoon away, I'm not too sure. Maybe some people in the chat might want to be fair. Ashton Kutcher as well. He's nice. He's a lovely looking lad. This Ibrahim Kone would have been a good striker, but again, it's not our fault because the club decided to sell their main striker, which has opened the door for Ibrahim Kone to start. Yeah, I mean, it's all about sliding doors, isn't it? And if we were the ones that were unlucky in that whole situation, and it's just bad luck, isn't it? Nobody was even linked to the this player that we've only really heard about today. And to be honest with you, I'm one of many people that probably only Googled him today and realized he was an actual human being of this last 24 hours. So the next day or so is going to be interesting. And tomorrow night, actually, there will be a full live stream of the transfer deadline day, going up to 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. I'm not too sure. I will be there. There will be Dan there. There'll be a few of us there, obviously, because we've tried to keep this up. It's just we've had a bit of a overhaul in personnel, haven't we, over the last 6 months or so. But hopefully we shall. Well, not hopefully. We will have a live stream of you as we know it. Because quite frankly, we've had one transfer signing this summer. this winter, and it's not really the position that we wanted. So we're hoping for a striker, hoping for a centre midfielder. There's Ryan in the chat that wants another fullback. I'm interested to see what fullback, Ryan, that you wanted. Was it a left back or right back? Because left back we've got Pickering, and we've got obviously Mola. That's not great, or Eden again. He's sort of a squad player, and we've got right back. We've got Rankin Costello and Callum Britton that's coming back, and I mean that's probably top 4 or 5 in the championship, isn't it, in terms of right backs right now? And credit to Rankin Costello for getting into the squad and getting back into the team. Clearly the man of the match the other day, just unlucky not to get it. I don't think he got it anyway. Great finish as well, by the way. Ethan James says, "What time is the draw?" It's, to be honest with you, it must be. I had it as like 7:05, so I just said, "Ah, it's great. I'll go live now," and then it's fine. We can have a little chat, can't we? Same thing goes with Van Heck. Yeah, I'm guessing that means the loan that didn't really happen. Interesting one with him. He came on the other day against Liverpool, didn't he? I'm sure that any fan would be happy with him in the Championship, and his contract runs out at the end of the season. So have an eye on that. I'm not too sure what his contract is. Daniel Heck says Sariki Dembele would be a good option for us. We were obviously linked with him in the summer, but then Bournemouth came in with obviously a much bigger bid, and he's not really doing much. So probably is available on loan. Josh Onoma, he's just been released by Fulham, I believe, or he's in the talks with getting released. So there must be clubs linked with him, and I know there's Championship clubs that are linked with him. Solid in the defensive midfield. Yeah, I mean, it would be a quality signing. I'm just not too sure what his wages are at Fulham and whether he will be happy to go down to the level of wages that we are willing to pay for him. But a great suggestion, honestly. Philip Lingard. First question related to Jesse. I don't believe that from the photo, but that would be mental. Happy with what we have. I mean, yeah. Look, if we look at the Championship table, we are 4th. I know we've lost a lot of games, but we've also won a lot of games, and we're actually drawing games now, which is probably a detriment to this season. I think that, yeah, it's a strange one. I went on a podcast with a Burnley fan, a Sheffield United fan, a Watford fan, all the Championship title, like the promotion contenders, and they were like, "Sum up the season." I was just, how can you sum up this season? It's just like we're terrible in games, but we're 4th. I don't know how to explain it. It was just after the Preston game as well, so we've just lost against the ones over the road, and we just lost to the other ones over the road. And it was probably the most depressed I've been this season, and yet we were 3rd at the time. So I was just like, yeah, we're fine. I think we're overperforming probably. We all know that. We all know the system, and we all know there's a transition, which is a nice, cozy way of saying poor, isn't it? Essentially, we all know that poor is a nice, or it's just the same way of saying transition. It's just a nice little, in a house, if you say it's cozy, it just means small, doesn't it? Transition means poor or crap or whatever. But yeah, it was difficult to explain it in regards to that. So the draw, I think, is happening now. Daniel Heck says, when Brickton comes back, and if we don't get a midfielder, I would slot JRC midfield and put Britain right back. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, the only issue is that he's JRC's biggest compliment and his weakest point is his versatility, because you just slot him anywhere and it takes him a while to get used to it. So that's probably why it's taken him a while to get used to right back. Now he's got used to right back, he's good. And then, in the under-23s, he was a right forward. In the under-18s, he was a striker. It's just, it's a blessing and a curse, isn't it? Owen McMurdo says, have any teams been drawn out yet? If you go on BBC One right now, they're just about to start it. So if anyone's not, I don't know if abroad, if you can get BBC One, maybe on the iPlayer, I'm not too sure, but and also there's illegal waves at watching it, I'm sure. But I think that it's on BBC One. We've got Alex Scott and Jermaine Genius, who we can't get rid of. Mike has said the most predictable thing about Rovers is how unpredictable our signings are. Yeah, pretty much. If you sum up the yeah, exactly, it's spot on, isn't it? If you go from the Clinton Molars to the Callum Brittons to the Van Hecks to the, it's just like any team, I suppose. Most teams are unpredictable with how poor or great they are. But ours seems to be either really good for our team. Tyler Moulton, for the most part, I know last game wasn't great, but to the Clinton Wallace, like I say, or the George Hurst is it's not ideal in that regard. Tom Entwistle says JRC can't be pushed out of right back when Britton comes back after recent performances. You're absolutely right, and I don't think he would, unless he's unbelievably unlucky. He's been our best player, hasn't he? He's been our most consistent player. He was all over the pitch at Birmingham in a nice way, in a good way. Usually, that's like a headless chicken sort of like a way of describing someone. But I think that GRC right now is showing what he had in the under-23s, and finally we've seen it. I know that we all knew that it was there, and it was unlucky that he got pushed out of the team, and he almost went out on loan this season. Thank God he didn't. Or McMurdo. Respect Rovers as a club coming from a Stoke fan. Oh, right. So I'm hoping you don't want Stoke and Rovers in the next round. I'm hoping we both want a bigger side or an easier side, essentially. I think that to get Stoke in the next round, no offense, but it is boring, isn't it? Like, no, it's not this to Stoke. It's just any championship team. You don't want another championship team. You want a Premier League side like we had against West Ham, or a lower league side. So, and that's very, very small. GRC needs to play in midfield. I'm intrigued to see what sort of centre mid he would be, but it would be very much a bit of a risk, I'd say. But why not at this point? If we're not going to get everybody on loan, 100% fully agree with you. Want a good away day? Yeah, Stoke away is okay. There's a decent pub around there. I forgot what it's called. Right, so there's a draw coming out now. Number 2. Which is Southampton. Ooh. There's only 15 more sides left in this draw now, which is odd. Number 6, which is Luton or Grimsby. So we could get Stoke here. Ooh. 5th round draw. Last time we were in the 5th round draw was under Owen Coyle, I believe, against Manchester United. We know that game from the Danny Graham goal. Leicester City have just been drawn, and we've been drawn. We have been drawn away at Leicester City, guys. Let me know what your thoughts in the chat. We've done this is the second time we've done it now. Obviously, we didn't do it against Birmingham. We did against Norwich. Guys, let me know. It's not great. It's not fantastic. It's okay. It's not. It's just flat, isn't it? Leicester away. Well, we know it's not going to be on TV, do we? So let me just check the rest of the draw. I don't think much else is going to be good in terms of an actual draw, because a lot of the big sides are out as well. Leicester away, difficult to get on the train if you're coming from the northwest. Bad draw. Leicester away as well. Mike says the one-time Prem Champs derby. Yep, absolutely. And the you perfectly summed up. Oh my God! Right, okay. The George Hurst derby, maybe you could say. Tom Lawrence derby. Are we hoping that we lose against Birmingham tomorrow? What's the point? I was going to say the side that we're going to put out tomorrow really depends on what sort of team we draw against. Like, it's just a bit depressing, isn't it? I don't think it really. If you want them at home, if you're going to get a Premier League side like that, aren't you? You don't really want. You want the big sides away, or you want the big side, or the sort of Premier League sides at home that are not a big side. I'm not sure we might even need to worry exactly. I've said that from the start. It's absolutely fine. At least it's a Premier League way. Yeah. You know what? I'm discrediting them a lot. But yeah, you're right. I think that a Premier League side away is better than Stoke, like I said before. Um, and that's all I can say really. King Power Stadium. I wonder what our last ever game was there that wasn't a friendly. Let's have a look. Let's have a little look. Leicester. Does anybody else spell Leicester wrong first time like me? I don't know. This is Blackburn. This is really good editing, isn't it? Head to head. Where I won't be able to get it here. Well, oh no, yeah, here we go. Here we go. We had them in a friendly. Does that count? 1-1 in a friendly. Does it really count? What did Burnley get? It says Burnley got an easy tie. Burnley. Yeah, they did. They got Ipswich, or Ipswich essentially, and then Sheffield Wednesday or Fleetwood. Yeah, that's pretty easy, isn't it? It's a pretty poor fifth round, that isn't it? There's a lot of big teams out. There's just City and United left, really, isn't there? Unless I'm missing someone. So if we beat Leicester, we could get to the what's that? That'd be the fifth round. You get to the quarterfinal after this round. So let me know in the comments below what your thoughts on this tie. Obviously, this is just a little live stream from myself, 20 minutes or so. Thank you everyone for joining me in this live stream. Sorry for not getting the Leicester result last. That was I'm sure somebody in the comments will tell me in future. I'm just looking at Jermaine Genius. My God, he's a boring pundit, isn't he? Beat West Ham in Carabao. Confident we will. Sorry, that's Tom Entwistle. Just quickly. Yeah, exactly. We beat West Ham. Why can't we beat Leicester? They're a worse squad, if anything. They've had easy ties as well and just about got through. They beat Warsaw, I think. Set Phillips loose on Vardy. I'd like to see that, actually. Whether he can contain himself over the shithousery of Vardy. It's something to be something we'll find out, I suppose. But if you haven't already, please can you go subscribe to the channel. Please can you comment below your thoughts on it as well. And also, by the way, I've got my own YouTube channel if you want to check it out. It's Don Meadowcroft. I think it's one of the sites. Don Meadowcroft. I talk about football in general. Everton. I think I spoke about Liverpool yesterday. I spoke about Everton, the second of Lampard as well. I really would appreciate any following if that's something you'd like to do. But obviously, as Tom says, up the Rovers. I'm not too sure if any swearing is allowed on YouTube anymore. I'm not too sure the terms and agreements anymore. It's been such a weird 6 months or so on YouTube. So I will see you all very, very soon. And yeah, have a lovely day. Obviously, it's Monday. And yeah, I will see you all during the week as well as tomorrow on the live stream of the transfer deadline day. So see you later, guys. Peace.